Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making colossal things, big things. Colossal s'more chocolate chip cookies. And they're big, they're really big. And I'm using my super duper ice cream scooper. And that's about a 1/3 cup measurement, all right? So you can actually use a solid measuring cup like this to divvy out the dough. But we're gonna have fun, and then when they come out of the oven, we're gonna decorate them with more accoutrement to be like s'mores. And then we're gonna blowtorch the marshmallows. How much fun can you get, right? But before we get started, I want you to click that notification button because I want you to become a subscriber. I don't want you to miss any of my tips or videos. I love having you in my kitchen, and I love sharing recipes with you. Okay, colossal, big s'mores chocolate chip cookies. So we're going to use our mixer. I have 2 softened sticks of unsalted butter, and it's right in my mixing bowl already because we are going to cream. But before we cream, we're going to get some of our mise en place. We're going to get some dry ingredients ready. So in a separate bowl with a whisk, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I have 1/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs, all right, because we want to carry through that s'more theme, right? So we're whisking that up. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch because we don't want our cookies to be spreading too much. So we really want them to be firm and solid and be able to take on a lot of, the good stuff on the top. And then I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. That's all going in there. And I'm just going to whisk it up. I can smell the graham cracker crumbs. They smell really good. And I'm thinking s'mores. And if you don't want to just make s'mores over the barbecue, you can make these cookies and just have them. You can even freeze them. You can freeze them before you bake them into big balls after you divvy them out, and then you can bake them right from the freezer. All right, so I've whisked all my dry ingredients. Get rid of your whisk. Now I have my 2 sticks of softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, light, dark, your choice. I like dark. Dark has a little more molasses in it, and it actually has more flavor to me. I really like it. And 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. So again, same amount for each. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's a little bit lower than I normally do for chocolate chip cookies because these are big and we don't want to burn them, but they're going to bake for a little bit longer. My usual chocolate chip cookies bake about 9 or 10 minutes. These are going to bake for probably about 15 minutes, just until they get some nice brown color. We're going to take them out, and while they're still hot, we're going to put on some marshmallows, we're going to put some chocolate chunks, and we're going to put some broken up graham cracker crackers right on top, and then blowtorch the marshmallows. Yeah, because Chef Gail has her own blowtorch, baby, okay? It's going to be a fun time in this kitchen if we don't burn it down. I make these all the time. My family's very used to the fire extinguisher, or the fire alarm going off, no problem. I also have a fire extinguisher, very important. All right, so we're creaming. Creaming is on medium-high speed. You want that butter and that sugar to get going because you want to aerate the butter. You're forcing air into the butter with the granular surfaces of the sugars because the air is going to work together with the baking powder and baking soda in our dry ingredients to give a little puff to our cookie. All right, now we're going to turn this on low, and we're going to add 2 large eggs that I've cracked in a little pitcher or in a measuring cup, whatever you want to do. Don't crack them right in here, or you're going to end up with extra crunchies, and that's going to be shell, and you don't want that. So 1 egg at a time. When that egg is relatively blended in, I'm going to add the next one. All right, you always want to do that. Second one, all right. 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, Chef Gail's favorite. And then we're ready for our dry ingredients. All right. So I'm just going to make sure that we have everything mixed in. So I'm just going to go around. All right, just going to go around here. Okay. Now, on slow speed with a big spoon, which I'm going to get my big spoon, I'm going to add my dry ingredients. All right. All right, dry ingredients in there. Would you believe I'm left-handed, but I do this with my right hand because I'm a little ambidextrous, right? Probably a lot of you are too. So make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes before you start this. We're not chilling our dough. We have no time for chilling because we want some more some more chocolate chip cookies. We don't want to wait. If you want to chill your dough, you can make it ahead. You can even freeze it. Because the marshmallows aren't on there yet, so nothing's going to happen. I would not freeze marshmallows. All right. You get that last bit in. The dough is looking beautiful. These only make about a dozen cookies, maybe less, depending on how big you make them. Now, I cannot be responsible for how big you make them, but you can make whatever you want. And these are cookies you can share, or, in my case, hands off, they're mine. All right? I love them when they're mine. All right, here's the ambidextrous part comes. Okay? All right. So we get that going, and you don't want to overmix here, just one big mix and we're done. Put the beater down. All right, so now I'm going to move this out. Move these out of the way, we don't need them now. And on a large parchment lined sheet pan, we are going to start divvying up our cookie dough. I am going to hand mix in my chocolate chips because I am going to put in chocolate chips. They are chocolate chip cookies. And yes, we are going to put chocolate chunks on the top too. So, you know, you gotta stay with the title, which is chocolate chip cookies. All right, so just going to move that off of the paddle, get all my good stuff off of here. All right. Normally, I use my fingers. Don't use your tongue, though. Don't use your tongue. It's raw egg, so I never like to do that. All right, let me move this baby out of the way. And you can see we have this beautiful, it looks just like it normally does, right? And now 2 cups semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can add them in, oh, I missed a chip, in there. So you can actually add them while they're in the mixer with the paddle, but it always goes ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And I would rather do it by hand because it's so much more thorough. You see that? Beautifulness. Beautiful. Everybody should get a bite of chocolate. Everybody. Every cookie should have tons of chocolate flavor. And then that's not even including the top. All right, and they don't bake for very long, although your oven's going to tell how long they really should bake. This is my big Colossal ice cream scoop. It's about 1/3 cup. It's also known as a number 12 ice cream scoop, if you want to know. So I'm just going to take a bunch. You can do these also in halves. You don't have to do the whole thing, but we're making them big. Oh yeah, we're making them big. We're making them big, baby, and you really want to leave a lot of room. So I wouldn't do any more than 4 per sheet pan. So you may be making these for a while because you don't, and I stagger them a little bit. You don't want them to bake into each other because then you're going to be cutting them up and then we're not talking about a cookie anymore. Delicious, yes, but not a cookie. So at this point, they're going to go in the oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 15 minutes. Take a look after 10, keep them in for another 5. They should look for color. Don't look for how solid they are. Remember, cookies come out of the oven, There's carryover baking. So once they leave the oven, they still keep on baking, and you don't want them hard. Once they come out of the oven, we are going to start with our accoutrement to actually make them the s'more Colossal chocolate chip cookies. So I'll see you back in between 10 and 15 minutes. See you back. So I just got a foursome of my Colossal s'more chocolate chip cookies out, and we had a little bit of a, Siamese twin thing going on, but if you take a spatula and just cut ever so slightly in while they're still hot and malleable, you'll be able to rectify that and separate those twins. All right, are you ready? We're going to add anything you want. We have chocolate chunks. All right, you got to do this while they're hot. Just go any way you want. Mine baked about 15 to 18 minutes. It depends on your oven, but I need you to watch. See how nice color they got? That's what you're looking for, a nice color. All right, and save room, Chef Gail, for some graham crackers and some marshmallows, because I got to use my blowtorch. If I'm not using my blowtorch, I'm not happy. I like using my blowtorch. All right, marshmallows. All right, we're going to push those in there any which way you see fit. If you want to use big ones and cut them up into slices, you can too. I've done both ways. They come out really nice. But these are like the type of cookies you might get in a bakery because they're like huge. And you're like, no, not sharing. But if you want to share with anybody, you can. Not me. I'm not sharing. But I have a little tip for you. If you feel that your cookies are getting a little too firm, put them back in the oven for a second at the same temperature and they'll soften right up. All right? So you want to do this while they're hot. I wouldn't bake them past a light brown because there is carryover cooking. Okay. Don't forget the graham crackers. Oh yeah. And then we get to blowtorch. These blowtorches, these little tiny baby blowtorches, they are awesome. If you can get yourself one, any kitchen supply store, they're very cool. And you use them for a lot of different things. Or just when you want to use a blowtorch. It's fun. Oh boy, too much information from Chef Gail. And I like to use my blowtorch. All right, we are now ready for the blowtorch. Here I go. Okay, don't get too excited. We're just doing the marshmallows. All right, ooh. All right, we're just doing the marshmallows. Just give them a little tension. If you start a little fire, turn your fire down, and then what you can do is blow it out. Just blow it out. I am coming off as crazy. And sometimes the marshmallows puff up a little bit, which is really nice. So you're going to see fire at 5 o'clock. All right, we got it. And that's what happens when you blowtorch marshmallows on the grill. You may have to blow them out a little bit or stay a little further away. All right, I think we're good. Oh, one more. All right, so I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep making my cookies. I'm going to let these actually just sort of chill out here a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, gently move them. Look how big they are. And I'm going to put them on a wax paper lined sheet pan. And you can freeze them. You can, these are, I said not to freeze marshmallows. If you want to after they've been blowtorched, you can. But who's going to freeze them? You're going to eat them, right? Let's be honest. And watch your oven. My oven tends to be hot, but I did need that extra 5 minutes. So 15 to 18, I'd say 15 to 20, which is what I'm going to write on the recipe. Use your judgment. Start at 15, work your way up. You have a hot oven, start at 10 minutes. And then look after that, and then maybe another 5 minutes after that. But I hope you make these cookies. They are awesome. They're huge, and you don't have to share with nobody. All right? So I hope you become a subscriber. Till next time.